I never thought that I was able to. When I was asked, I said no,
Why?
because I really was not ready.
The relationship between Henry Winkler and Ron Howard is one of the strongest in Hollywood, built from years of working together on Happy Days. So what makes this friendship so special? Why, after 40 years, did Henry Winkler decide to share about Ron Howard? Discover this inspiring story and find out the secret that made their friendship so iconic in the entertainment industry. But before we get into the arguments, how did the two meet and become close? See how their interests and passions brought them together. Henry Winkler is a famous American producer, director, actor, and author. He is also a director. His role as Fonzie on the sitcom Happy Days 1974-1984 brought him the greatest fame and made him a cultural icon of the 1970s. He is best known for this role. Winkler's role as Fonzie, as a powerful, fashionable, and confident young man, received the most affection from people around the world. In addition to his acting career, Henry Winkler has worked in many other industries. This director and producer is involved in the creation of films and television shows, especially works such as Arrested Development and Barry, a successful HBO series in which he played an acting instructor. He has also participated in the production of other works. Winkler is also a famous novelist, especially in the children's genre with the Hank Zipser series about a schoolboy who is having trouble making a living. This book was inspired by Winkler's own childhood experiences. In addition, Henry Winkler is a symbol of perseverance and an inspiring profession. He is actively involved in charity work and supports organizations that provide support for children. On the other hand, Ron Howard is a famous director, producer, and actor from the United States. He started his career at a very young age and became famous for his role as Opie Taylor in the sitcom The Andy Griffith Show, 1960. He later became one of the most successful filmmakers in Hollywood. Howard's performance as Richie Cunningham in the classic sitcom Happy Days 1974, in which he worked with Henry Winkler, has always been an inspiration to him. Ron Howard, on the other hand, decided to pursue a directing career instead of continuing his acting career. He is now considered one of the most talented filmmakers in the film industry. Apollo 13, released in 1995, A Beautiful Mind, released in 2001, The Da Vinci Code, released in 2006, and Rush, released in 2013, are some of his works. Both Howard and A Beautiful Mind won the Academy Awards for Best Director and Best Picture, respectively. In addition to his work as a director, Ron Howard is one of the most experienced producers in the industry. Together with Brian Grazer, he established the production business Imagine Entertainment, which is responsible for a large number of critically acclaimed films and television episodes. Throughout his career in the entertainment business, Howard has been recognized for his many contributions, and he is also considered to be one of the pioneers in the incorporation of digital technology into film production. Two names are connected with the popularity of Happy Days, a successful sitcom that aired in the 1970s. These names are Henry Winkler and Ron Howard. Fonzie is a character with a large personality, and Winkler plays the role of Fonzie in the program. Howard portrays Richie Cunningham as a character who is more on the straight and narrow. In the program, they are two characters that couldn't be more different from one another. Nevertheless, in real life, they have developed a close and significant bond. Beginning with their collaboration on set, Henry Winkler and Ron Howard eventually developed into close brothers in their personal lives beyond the set. Not only is this connection a typical friendship, but it also serves as a source of mutual support throughout their professional lives. Even though they pursue different occupations and have different personal interests, Winkler and Howard have managed to keep this friendship going throughout the years, sharing the highs and lows of both their personal and professional lives. After 40 years, Henry Winkler decided to reveal this friendship to the general world, which surprised and moved a great number of individuals due to the truthfulness and longevity of their relationship. And how did their friendship begin? What made them bond? Let's follow along. Henry Winkler and Ron Howard, two of Happy Days' brightest stars, have been not only co-stars, but also lifelong friends for more than 4 decades. Their relationship began in the early 1970s when they first met on the set of the popular sitcom. Howard, then 18 years old, with his signature red hair and big ears, found his first mentor in Henry Winkler, who was not only a co-star but also a mentor, helping Howard take his first steps in the entertainment industry. They quickly bonded and became close friends, forming a strong team on set. But what no one could have expected was the big change in the show, when Winkler's character, Fonz, suddenly became the center of attention. From his first appearance, Fonz made a strong impression on audiences with only a few lines of dialogue, and the character quickly became a cultural icon. The development of the Fonz meant that Happy Days shifted its focus from Howard's Richie Cunningham to the Fonz, which inevitably created some tension. This shift had a major impact on the lives of the main cast members. Howard, who was still pursuing his dream of becoming a filmmaker and had dropped out of film school, saw a great opportunity to be a part of the show. However, the change in the show's script with the rise of the Fonz caused a significant change in the way the show was produced and promoted. The level of fan devotion to the Fonz reached unprecedented heights, with promotional tours becoming major events, making Winkler's popularity surpass that of the other cast members. At the same time, Henry Winkler, despite being the star of the show, faced challenges as Fonz's popularity not only changed the course of the show, but also affected his relationship with Howard. Some have suggested that the intense focus on the Fonz may have created tension, especially as Howard's character, Richie Cunningham, faded into the background in later episodes. However, it is admirable that even during the most stressful times, Winkler and Howard's friendship remained intact. They managed to maintain their bond, help each other through challenges, and build a long-lasting career together. Their relationship grew even stronger as they both decided to take on projects outside of Happy Days. Winkler continued to showcase his diverse talents through roles in other films and television shows, while Howard turned to directing and producing. Howard's acclaimed directing credits include Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and The Da Vinci Code, which have catapulted him to new heights in the film industry, while Winkler has also found success with his dramatic roles and producing work, most notably as a producer on the show Children's Hospital. When Ron Howard began to feel the pull of his original passion for filmmaking, he knew he had to make a bold move. Making the transition from actor to director, especially in Hollywood, is a huge challenge for anyone. It requires not only a creative vision, but also courage, as it can mean giving up a career at the peak of your acting career. Especially in an industry known for its competitive and stressful atmosphere, the support of close and trusted friends becomes extremely important. For Howard, his friend and co-star Henry Winkler was the biggest source of encouragement during this period. Howard did not rush into his decision, but after some careful consideration, he decided to leave Happy Days, the show that helped him build his acting career. In the 7th year of the show, when things were at their peak, Howard called Winkler out of the blue. "Henry, "I have to tell you that I'm not coming," Howard said on the call. Winkler couldn't believe what he was hearing. "You mean not coming?" Howard continued. "No, I'm going to be a director. I've decided not to renew my contract. I'm not going to do this show anymore." It was a huge shock to Winkler. He had spent so many wonderful years on set with Howard, building a friendship that was not only professional but also personal. And now Howard was leaving. Winkler felt like his whole world was falling apart. "I thought my life was over. I've never had a co-star like this in my life," Winkler shared about his feelings when he received the news. However, Howard's departure was not the end of their relationship. On the contrary, it was the beginning of a new chapter in their friendship. Instead of seeing each other on set every day, they began to support each other in their separate career paths. Winkler continued to act and take on other projects while Howard entered the world of directing, where he would have to prove himself. Interestingly, even though Howard had decided to change careers, he still maintained a close personal relationship with Winkler. He knew that his directing career would not have been successful without the support of his friends, especially Winkler, who was always there for him. Howard then embarked on film projects, and one of the important steps in his directing career was collaborating with his friend Winkler on Splash, 1984, one of Howard's first major productions. This film not only marked Howard's transition from actor to director, but also opened a new era for both friends as they continued to work together. Splash is a romantic comedy about the love story between a man and a mermaid, starring Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks. The film became a huge success, helping to affirm Howard's name as a talented director. Not stopping there, Howard continued to build his directing career with major films such as Cocoon, 1985, and Apollo 13, 1995, gradually building a solid reputation in the Hollywood film industry. Meanwhile, Winkler, although not directly involved in Howard's directing films, was always a friend who encouraged and supported him in every project. This was shown through Winkler appearing in many of Howard's other films, and the two also collaborated on productions produced by Howard and his partner Brian Grazer at Imagine Entertainment. One notable project was the film Ransom, 1996, in which Winkler played a significant, though not leading role. The film, which starred Mel Gibson, Rene Russo, and Gary Sinise, was a huge success and further cemented the working relationship between Howard and Winkler. Winkler, while not the biggest star in the film, made the audience feel the strong connection between Howard's work and his longtime companions. The relationship between Henry Winkler and Ron Howard is a vivid example of the power of friendship in the entertainment industry, where competition and marketing can sometimes erode genuine relationships. From their early days on Happy Days, Winkler and Howard had a strong connection, a chemistry that was immediately apparent when they first met. Although Howard emerged as the star of the show as Richie Cunningham, it was Winkler, as Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli, that audiences remembered most. The on-screen chemistry between Howard and Winkler not only made the show a huge success, but also built a strong friendship in the fast-paced world of Hollywood. Gans and Mandel, the writers behind Happy Days, were talented writers who helped shape the show's success. Not only did they create a fun and energetic story, but they also skillfully incorporated deep human values into each episode. It was the blend of sexiness, mischief, and humanity in their script that made Happy Days an icon of 1970s American culture. Although the humorous and noisy elements were prominent, the story of friendship, love, and mutual respect remained the consistent factor, helping the audience feel the sincerity and deep connection of the characters. When Winkler agreed to participate in Happy Days, he not only played a loyal friend of Richie Cunningham, but also contributed to creating the image of Fonzie, a symbol of rebellion and freedom in the world of teenagers. And it was during that work that Winkler developed a special chemistry with Howard, a connection that neither of them could explain but that has endured all these years later. It's worth noting that Winkler and Howard's careers have gone in different directions since Happy Days, but their friendship has remained strong. Howard has become a talented director with hits like Apollo 13 and A Beautiful Mind, while Winkler has continued to act in films and television shows. Yet, despite the ups and downs in their careers and the changes in their personal lives, they have always been close friends, supportive, and sharing each other's joys and sorrows. Together they have experienced family celebrations, life milestones, and even challenging times in their careers. Their reunion at the Emmy Awards is a testament to the longevity of this friendship. Even though it's been decades since they first met on the set of Happy Days, their friendship remains as strong as ever. When Howard turned to Winkler at the awards show and started talking, it was as if everything came back to them, as if they had never been apart. That connection, even after all these years, remains strong, proving that friendship doesn't have to rely on physical proximity or frequent meetings. Sometimes just a look or a word is enough to rekindle a bond that existed long ago. In Henry Winkler's interviews and comments about Ron Howard, especially after many years of collaboration and friendship, Winkler has expressed deep appreciation for his longtime friend. Nearly 40 years after they first met on the set of Happy Days, Winkler has said that the connection between him and Ron is inexplicable and overcame all life's challenges. One of Winkler's most notable quotes about Howard is, "I had a chemistry with Ron that was unparalleled, and that was 50 years ago. Now when we meet again, I feel that connection, as if we never stopped." Winkler has said that the relationship between him and Howard is not just a casual friendship, but a strong bond that is not affected by the changes in each person's career and life. He also emphasized that although Hollywood is an industry known for its fierce competition, their friendship has remained sincere and overcome all challenges. During the conversations, Winkler did not hesitate to share that Ron Howard is a very important friend to him, who has always stood behind and supported him, especially when Howard made the transition from actor to director. Winkler talked about Howard's support during important stages of his life, especially when Howard started his directing career with outstanding films such as Apollo 13 and A Beautiful Mind. Henry Winkler and Ron Howard built an impressive career together, not only on screen but also in the fields of production and directing. Their partnership did not end with Happy Days, but continued throughout the years, creating great achievements in the entertainment industry. During their time on Happy Days, Winkler and Howard contributed to the show's great success. Winkler, as Fonzie, achieved notable achievements, including 2 Golden Globe Awards for Best Actor in a Television Series, Comedy, or Musical, 1976, 1947, and 3 Primetime Emmy nominations. Although Winkler was the show's most prominent star, Howard, as Richie Cunningham, played a key role in the show's overall success. Their collaboration was not limited to acting, however. After Happy Days ended, Ron Howard began directing and producing. Winkler assisted his friend in this process, and Ron Howard founded Imagine Entertainment in 1986. This is a production company that has created many popular films and television shows such as A Beautiful Mind, The Da Vinci Code, and Frost Nixon. The two have produced many award-winning films together, including A Beautiful Mind, 2001, a film directed by Howard that won the Academy Awards for Best Picture and Best Director, among other awards. In addition, Winkler and Howard have continued to collaborate on various projects. Winkler has participated in many Imagine Entertainment productions and has received recognition as a producer. In addition, they have worked together on documentaries and television productions, maintaining a friendship and support in their work. Winkler also received a Primetime Emmy Award in 2018 for his role in Barry, a television series in which he played an acting teacher to the main character. The nomination is a testament to Winkler's versatility as an actor and also a nod to his long-standing collaboration with Howard on notable projects. On Ron Howard's side, Ron Howard, with the support of Henry Winkler, has achieved remarkable achievements in his career, from actor to director, and continues to make a deep mark in the entertainment industry. As an actor, Ron Howard had a prominent role in Happy Days, 1974-1984, where he played Richie Cunningham, one of the show's main characters. However, despite being the star of the show, Howard cannot help but acknowledge the importance of Henry Winkler in building the great success of Happy Days. Winkler, who played Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli, became a cultural icon and brought fame not only to his character but also to his co-stars around him. After Happy Days ended, Ron Howard decided to turn to directing. One of Ron Howard's notable achievements was the Academy Award for Best Director for the film A Beautiful Mind, 2001. This was an important turning point in Howard's career when he was not only recognized for his role as a director but also received many prestigious awards, including the Golden Globe and BAFTA. Not only A Beautiful Mind, but throughout his directing career, Ron Howard continued to receive great recognition with other films such as Apollo 13, 1995, a film that not only made a strong impression on critics but also earned Howard an Oscar nomination for Best Director. In addition, Howard was also nominated and won the Golden Globe Award for Best Director for the films Frost/Nixon, 2008, and Rush, 2013, proving his lasting success in the film industry. Ron Howard's success is not only a personal achievement, but also a testament to the power of friendship and mutual support. From the beginning of his career until he achieved major awards such as Oscar, Golden Globe, and BAFTA, Howard always had the support of Winkler, who helped him overcome difficulties in his career and opened up new opportunities. Although Henry Winkler and Ron Howard have many similarities in their careers and relationships, they also have distinct differences, especially when it comes to personal interests. In terms of family and personal life, Winkler and Howard have different views on family life. Winkler is a family man and has built a stable, close-knit family life. He has been married to Stacy Weitzman since 1978 and has 2 children. Winkler often shares stories about his happy family life and raising his children in a loving environment. He is quite private and likes to keep his life private. On the other hand, Howard, although also very family-oriented, has a more open lifestyle. He married Cheryl Alley in 1975 and has 4 children. Howard is more open about his family activities and often engages in conversations about parenting, especially through the film and television projects he produces. This difference is partly reflected in the way they express their love and responsibility for their families. In terms of work interests, Winkler and Howard also have differences. Winkler loves acting but is also passionate about directing and producing. He has a diverse career with famous roles but also enjoys exploring other creative projects, especially in television and film. Howard, Although he started his career as an actor, later focused on directing and producing. He has a deep passion for storytelling through strategic and profound films. His films often contain strong and humane messages, and he spends a lot of time developing large projects, from blockbusters like A Beautiful Mind to smaller but equally passionate projects. Howard tends to look for opportunities to explore different genres and themes in cinema. On the other hand, Winkler has a passion for sports and outdoor activities. He is a sports enthusiast, especially swimming and cycling. Over the years, Winkler has also been involved in volunteering and charity work, especially in children and community-related activities. Meanwhile, Howard has not shared much about his personal sports interests. He focuses more on creative work and film projects. However, Howard has a great love for technology and innovation, which is evident in the films he directs and produces. He also enjoys taking on large-scale community projects and is always looking for creative ways to connect with people through stories on screen. Another distinct difference is the way Winkler and Howard approach their work. Winkler tends to choose projects with strong characters or roles that are humorous and lighthearted. He finds joy in trying out creative and humorous roles that bring joy to the audience. Howard, on the other hand, focuses on making films with depth and humanity. He looks for stories that are educational or impactful, like in films like Apollo 13 or The Da Vinci Code. This approach reflects the difference in how they seek satisfaction in their work. Winkler seeks entertainment, while Howard seeks intellectual and emotional growth through deep stories. These interests and differences in approach have contributed to the diversity of the projects they undertake, and also reflect each other's distinct personalities and interests in their long-term partnership. What do you think about this friendship? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.